hell is going on? It's what the hell Wednesdays. It is Wednesday, May the 14th. And what the hell is going on with Nick Cage and Christian Bale? What the hell did Jimmy Kimmel say about the Manning brothers? What the hell is
Oh,
going on with growing creators and shrinking studios? And what the
mm-hmm.
hell is content creators building in this day and age? It is Marlon Hargrave, the great Marlon Hargrave. That is Shanette Wilson. We are Actors Endurance VODcast coming at you live
Yes,
tonight. And we're just going to jump right in. You know how we do. Boom.
absolutely, absolutely. So
All
this is what the
right.
hell Wednesdays, yo. This is what the hell Wednesdays. Go ahead, Marlon, jump that thing on off. Go ahead.
All right. So, Jimmy Kimmel. What the hell did Jimmy Kimmel say about the Manning brothers? During Disney's 2025 upfront presentation, comedian Jimmy Kimmel stirred controversy with a pointed joke targeted at former stars Peyton and Eli Manning after the brothers performed a musical segment where they humorously pitched themselves into various Disney shows. Kimmel mocked their performance, describing them as two jars of mayonnaise trying to sing. Wow. He escalated, if that wasn't bad enough, he escalated the jab with a controversial comment saying their routine was worse than what the Menendez brothers did, referring to the infamous convicted murderers. I don't know if y'all remember the Mendez brothers and what they did, but it was an awful, awful crime. So
Well,
that drew groans from the audience. It was like, okay, where you going with this, Jimmy? So Jimmy sarcastically ended his stand up with a fake announcement that the Mannings were going to do another performance. So I don't know. Sometimes is it that they're just taking liberties and saying, oh man, we're just going to joke with this person? Or is that personal? I mean, the Menendez brothers, that's not just a jab there. That was a jab with a little blade. That was a little poke right there. So I don't know. What do you think
yeah.
about that?
Man, that was a big jab. And in all humor, there's always a little bit of truth.
Hmm.
So I don't know. I feel like, he tried to hide how he really felt behind these jokes. So
Yes.
because and
Yes.
then the Menendez brothers are real popular right now because aren't they trying to get out? They're trying to like reduce their sentence or basically like see it as like time served. But then they also hold on, I was just looking in the news and I think the judge may have refused their offer because like I think they were doing some kind of like fraud or they had contraband in the daggone jail and yeah, they doing the wrong things already in jail. So yeah, but either way, I don't know. Those jokes were, I mean, they were funny, but what was he really trying to say?
What was he really
That's
trying to
messed up.
say?
That's messed
Well,
up.
I think in certain worlds, like, the Manning brothers had a whole career. More than likely, both of them are going to the Hall of Fame. More than likely, I think Eli will get there eventually.
For
But
sure.
either way, you get into broadcasting, you get number one shows, and then there are broadcasters or people who are hosts who kind of like, oh, you didn't pay your dues. You didn't have to go about
Mhm.
it this way. You got into this position because of that position. But
Yeah.
anybody complaining as an actor, we have it the worst because anybody gets picked with acting jobs. Anybody. And classically trained actors like myself and trained actors like this one over here, we got to sit
Mhm.
back and watch people who just have a following get acting roles. So
Mhm.
this is a game. It's not about your talent. It's about how you're playing the game at this point. And if somebody else is freaking it, then let them live. Let them freak it.
Exactly. Yeah. Why? Yeah. Why is all the hate? Because having people notice that this has been going on for years anyway. Not only in acting, but of course in sports too. If you're popular, people still want to see you, so you transition into something else. Basketball, baseball, football. I mean, come on now. Damn near everybody's doing it already. That's why all these rappers get all these acting jobs too. So yeah, I mean, whatever with the hate, who cares? And who knows if that may have been something that they've always wanted to do, but they just spent the majority of their life playing sports. So, you just
Mm.
never know what people's hopes and real dreams and goals are. So, I mean, yeah, I'm not with the hate, but hey, I like the jokes because they're just funny. But yeah, we're going to see a lot
Yeah.
more of that anyway because all these, content creators, whoever's popular now is going to be on any and everything. So,
Yes. Yes.
yeah, what are you
And
going to
that's
do?
cool. Yeah, it's the game. I used to think like, oh, it's the art, but no, you play the game. You're an artist in the game, and that's just what we got to do. So,
Yeah.
shout out to anybody that's enduring all of this crap. We are actors and doers. Just real quick shout out. See y'all five on here. While we got y'all five on here, boom. That's the book. This is the book. It's the only book that you're gonna
Hey,
need.
that's
Yeah,
it.
only book that you
That's
need.
it. Your
Um, this
sidekick.
is yes, your sidekick. This is for scoring the script, and this is to better understand your character. So you take this to rehearsals, to auditions, and you work on this when you are not actually working. And while you're doing
Literally.
that, you might as well
What?
have
What?
this. This is
What?
the weekly planner. So this weekly
Yes.
planner was made by this pretty young lady, and it is
Oh.
specifically for actors. Specifically, I know this is backwards, which y'all know what it is.
Yeah.
Specifically for actors, um, and this is to get your life together still, but don't sleep on us. Actors Endurance. Check us out at Amazon. And we right back into the show. What you got for us, Shanette?
Yes. All right. So y'all listen, listen, listen. Things are just changing and I love it. You hear me? Now I just heard, just recently found out that now I don't know exactly who these people are specifically. I don't know who Parker Management is, and I don't know who Propagate. I'm not sure who Propagate Content is either. I don't know who runs it, but they just did something huge. They just did something big. So Propagate Content merged with Parker Management. So basically, they got content creators merging with talent agencies now. And these are some big names in these talent agencies. And obviously, the content creators, they got a lot of followings too. We probably don't know their names, but they got a lot of followings. Now, these content creators are growing and the studios are shrinking. So the content creators merge with the talent agencies. They're building all this content. Now they have control over their projects. But these studios, they're still, I feel like they're, for the most part, stuck in the past, still doing things the same old way. They are ever shrinking. So this is like the first wave of in-house content creation, like which content creation is like number one. So what they're doing is they're building these, they're making these like dramatic YouTube videos or their short form content, and they're enlisting these A-listers to be a part of it. So this is humongous. So just think about it like this, y'all. Imagine Tyler Perry, right? Imagine Tyler Perry, he has his studios, and he's inviting, instead of like the Taraji P. Hensons that are booking out all his studios, he has like Mr. Beast over there or Joe Rogan over there on his, I'm like, wow, this is wild. This is wild, but it's huge. And this is some groundbreaking news, y'all. So you're gonna see a lot more because what these studios are doing is, I mean, excuse me, not the studios, the content creators, they have these massive studios, they got the A-list content, and they can create whatever they want, however they want, for a smaller budget. And they have control of their content. This is wild to me, Marlon. This is wild to me, but I love it. I love it because we keep talking about, if you guys watch our show, we keep talking about everything coming back to the artist. Everything coming back to the artist. So, control. What they say, never gonna stop. Ah,
That's right.
control. Hey, to get what I got. Uh huh. So that's what I got to say about it. I love it. I love all the control. Shout out to
Yeah.
Janet.
Favorite Janet. Yeah, that was a
Yeah.
hell of an album right there, boy. Ooh,
Boy, come
boy.
on, Demeter. Hmm.
Yeah. That was coming of age. We was all coming of age about that time. I was like, okay, Miss Janet
No, Lord.
Jackson, if you nasty, huh? Okay.
Oh,
I've
oh,
been
all right.
waiting to meet her. I called her that one
Oh,
time on the
goodness.
dance floor. I don't think she got it though. I was serious. I said, hey, Miss Jackson. Nah, let me
Ah,
stop.
you better quit. Okay, time out, time
Yeah,
out.
all right.
Um,
Yeah.
He is a Scorpio, y'all. If you don't know, Marlon is a Scorpio, and if you don't know what that means, please look it up. Please look it up.
Yes, Miss
Yeah.
Jackson. All right, moving right along, moving right along. But I do think just to hit on that real quick, yeah, things are going to start changing. There's a changing of the guard all over the place, and um, we are seeing that agencies are changing as well. So if agencies just go and represent a bunch of actors, they may fall by the wayside too. So, um, oh, thank you, Lena. We appreciate you.
Oh, hey. Yeah, shout out to Lena Horne.
Yes, yes, thank you. All right. So we, as my host always, or my co-host always says, we're here for no, but not a long time, but a good time. We're here for a
Yeah,
good
we
time, but
here.
not a long time. That's what it is.
Yeah,
All
yeah, we
right.
here for a good time, not a long time, baby.
Good
So
time, not
moving
a long
along.
time.
Come on.
Yep. All right. So Amazon MGM Studios has commenced production on the biopic Madden. So this is John Madden. Anybody who watches football,
Oh.
you actually know, or you play EA Sports, you know there it is. It is
Mm-hmm.
chronicling the life and legacy of the NFL legend John Madden. Nicolas Cage stars as Madden, and Christian Bale portrays Raiders owner Al Davis. And I'm in my head trying to picture. I can see Nick a little bit, but Al
Mm-hmm.
Davis for Christian Bale, that's gonna be interesting. I know how both of them look.
Hmm.
I'm not a Raiders fan, Redskins fan, but I know what both of them really look like. And I remember the first Madden games. You know, I remember when he was a coach. So let me put it that way. Shout
Oh
out to
wow.
Madden for this. So, so the allegedly both of them are appearing non-recognizable. Like people, so I don't know because Lombardi was a little heavier. Like it depends on what Lombardi he's playing, but Al has always been kind of on the thin side. So I wonder if Christian had to
Mm.
lose weight and then Nicholas had to
Probably.
gain weight to actually play the characters. But these are some
Probably.
polarized. Both of them are polarizing characters now. Both of them, Madden,
Well.
the way that the way. So just in case y'all don't know, the way that ESPN Sports is nowadays, um, it got kind of fresh when we hit the scene, but Madden was the one who really made it like gave it fullness, like the commentary that he gave. I can't describe it because it was really only like Frank Gifford, Howard Cosell. You had a couple who could call the game, but nobody was more enjoyable than John Madden, and still to this day, because of what he knew about the game and then his colorful commentary, especially Thanksgiving games.
Mm-hmm.
If you watch Madden Thanksgiving, you would always get crazy about the turkey. They would have the six turkey legs, and oh man, he was such a
Oh
treat.
boy.
Anyway, um, so yeah, let me get back on the article. My bad. So it's directed and co-written by David O. Russell. The film explores Madden's journey from Super Bowl winning coach to the Oakland Raiders and to an influential NFL broadcaster and becoming the face of the iconic NFL game Madden. Jeez, I could not get that out.
Oh wow.
Um, yeah, so this is gonna be pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I actually may go see that. Probably not in the theaters, but you know, it ain't like they
Yeah.
shooting up people and stuff. So
Yeah. Well, it sounds like a an interesting movie. I always like to hear, anybody's life story anyway. And it's so funny because we were just talking about players going into broadcasting, right? Becoming broadcasters, right?
mm,
With the Manning brothers.
right.
And because it's just a normal thing, right? Now, I'm glad you knew all that about the football because I love football. I watch football. Shout out to my Miami Dolphins. But listen, y'all, I don't follow it that much. Listen, I'll sit down on Sunday, I'll watch it, I understand what's going on in the game, and then guess what? The game's over. Boop, I'm done. I don't. So don't ask me nothing about my team. All I know is they got the prettiest colors in the NFL, and I'm done. All right, back to the story, right? So as far as the film is concerned, I think it's kind of funny because one has to lose weight, the other one has to gain weight. Now, with the gaining weight, they can always put a fat suit on. But with the losing weight, you have to actually lose the weight. There's nothing that you can do as far as like camera tricks or makeup or clothing or angles that can really, um unless they do some kind of AI, CGI, some type of effects or something, maybe. But when you lose weight, it shows in your face and your neck, and so it's hard to, it's really hard to like trick the audience with that. So I feel for the one that has to lose weight, but for the one that has to gain weight, if you don't want to eat all that much, hey, fat suit, here we come. Shoot, look at the clumps. But I think it'll be
Have you?
interesting. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, have you ever had to alter your body or alter your hair to actually play a role?
Oh, um, not my body, thank God,
Mhm.
because I don't even know how much weight I can actually gain anyway. That would be rough. And then I
Mm.
like to eat, so I would hate to have to lose weight. Oh Lord, now no, I'd be upset. You hear me? Your sister likes to throw down, so I would be upset about that. But no, as of yet, no. But as far as like hair, makeup, yes, I played pregnant before.
Mm.
So but
Okay.
they just add, they add the belly on. So I've had to, alter my body a little bit, but not too much. Not too much. Yeah. So yeah, I've been blessed with
Yeah.
that because that's rough. That's rough. That's rough. Because if you
Uh.
gain weight, then you have to lose it. But if
Yep.
you lose weight, because I really think it just messes with your mind a lot. So we actors go through a lot to really get into these roles. We go through a lot.
Yep.
How
You
about
need a
yourself?
team of people.
Yeah, yeah.
Um. Excuse me. I did something for a friend of mine where I went clean shaven. It was a time period, and
Hmm.
I was rocking a goatee back then. I was not trying to let that loose. And on the day of shooting, I said, you know what? You my peoples, I'll do it. Because I did not want to do it. So I
Oh
went
my
clean
goodness.
shaven. I'm bald headed, so I'm
You
out
just
here.
baby.
All of this is clean. Yeah, it was not the hotness.
That
Um,
smooth milk chocolate, huh?
oh man, looked just like a milk dud. I was just like, all right,
Hey.
no. So I was happy when I finally grew my hair back, but um, would you if they said you had to gain like 40 or 50 pounds to play somebody? But
Oh,
well, I'll say 20 to 25. Would you do it? If they said
I
they were
could
going to pay you,
do. I could do like 20 to 25, but again, the way my body is, I don't even know how it would happen, to be honest. Like I could eat and eat all day, and I'm not really going to gain that much weight. But yeah, I would be happier gaining weight because I like to work out, so it wouldn't be too bad to lose it.
mm,
But to lose weight, to get skinny, oh, it would have to be my dream role. You hear me? It would have to be
mm,
my dream role. And then other things like, would I shave my head, or
uh,
I mean, I already got short hair, but still. Oh, do I want to be bald headed? Then I gotta wear how much
yeah.
makeup all the time? I don't know. That's just not me, y'all. I don't know. I figure give me a
so,
bald wig cap. You know what I mean? I don't know if I would
so
shave my
you
head.
wouldn't
I
do
don't know.
you wouldn't do Wakanda?
Oh man, $1 million, $1 million or more. Anything less, I'm like, no, thank you.
I don't
It has to
think
be like
they.
life changing.
I don't think they giving them ladies a million. I don't think they getting a million for it.
Nowhere close, not even half a million. A lot of them did it for
Okay.
background. But
Oh my
no
God.
judgment,
Yeah.
no judgment,
No,
no
not at all.
judgment.
Not at
Listen,
all. I've
actors,
done
we
some
do what we
shit for
have to
background.
do. Yeah, we do what we have to do for for certain roles. So yeah, I mean, hey, you do what you got to do. But yeah, no, I wouldn't want to lose weight, but I wouldn't mind gaining a little bit of weight because I'm finna drop that as soon as the role is over. Listen, we running. We on a diet. Like yeah, I can't be fat. I'm sorry. It's not for me. It's not for me. But
Yeah, I feel you.
yeah, I don't know. Would you gain some weight? Would you put on 50 pounds? Come on.
Yeah, because I can work that off. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm out here looking like Debo in the Eagles outfit and the Eagles jersey right now, but just like Debo, I'm gonna get my ass on back up in the gym. Shout out to my
Absolutely.
team. Oh, actually,
Hey.
Lombardi did coach for the Redskins too.
Oh my
Um,
Lord.
yeah,
God
right
rest his
before he
soul.
died. Yeah, that was the team he was coaching before he died, and
Okay.
I think he died of cancer. So yeah.
Oh.
Boy, bitch, with me and I'm saying me like I played for the team, but Jaden Daniels and the crew, and
Yeah.
Adam and Josh And
Yeah.
Dan Quinn, my bad. I know I'm plugging this real quick, but the Lombardi
Uh-huh.
Trophy is coming back home to DC where it belongs. Thank you.
All right. Well, I'm tired
Yeah.
of the Redskins. I'm sick of you. Moving on, because we here for a good time, not a long time. Shout out to my Dolphins. So the content creators, whatever, content creators, content creators. Listen, y'all, these content creators, we content creators, boy, I tell you, it's not only like these big production companies now. These content creators are just changing the game, and I love it. So content creators now are building their own massive studios. So not only are the content creators merging with the talent agencies, they're also building their own massive studios. Now, for example, if you guys are familiar with Mr. Beast, he is huge. He already has his own 50,000 square foot studio. Now, he's not the only one. There are multiple studios that are coming up with these, what they're calling now, these mega creators. They're hiring the top Hollywood talent. And these studios, they have multiple sets. So you go in there, there's like a basketball court, there's a golf course, there's a swimming pool, there's an office, there's a church, there's a, I mean, what else do you need? A doctor's office. There's all kind of stuff in these studios. And the best thing is, they um they can have like, I don't know, 8, 9, 10, depending on how many rooms they have within their studio. They can all be filming their content at the same damn time. Now that's wild. So that's why these studios going out of business, because usually at the studios you usually don't have not 8 productions, 9, 10 productions going on at the same daggone time in the same building. No, because they require so much space. Now another thing, they're keeping people employed. So not only are they hiring the top Hollywood talent, these studios are employing like over 200 people. So they have like over 200 employees just working at the studio, and I'm sure it's in front of the camera, behind the camera, people organizing things, and setting appointments and giving tours, probably, I don't know, but they're doing all kinds of stuff. So I love it. I absolutely love it. And they also, this is the last little tidbit, they also have plans to add to their studios. They want to start building virtual sets. And we knew that was coming because AI is taking over
Yep.
everything. So these content creators, boy, I mean, what they've been doing is using YouTube, because they're shooting a lot of these videos. They're going straight to YouTube. So they're shooting these YouTube stories, whether they be short form content or just, regular videos, building up their followers, making a whole bunch of money off of monetizing. And then they're taking their money, throwing it into a studio, and making even more money, because not only they using it, they're renting it out. That Yeah, it's just wild. So I mean, I love it because everything is coming on back to us, to the content creators.
As it should, as it should have never left
Absolutely.
our hands. But glad that it's coming
Yeah.
back. Shout
Mhm.
out to the content creators. I mean, this generation has basically said, we don't subscribe to the way the shit was done in the past.
Yeah.
And they're the ones who are making their own ways. And it's kind of cool because my generation and prior generations just didn't really have the resources to actually step out on our own. And now you have people who, if I'm making all of this money, if I'm saying Mr. Beast or something, a Hollywood guy can't come to me trying to entice me with something. Cause I'll be like, I got FU money. Like, bro,
Say it
you know what
again.
I'm saying? I got
Yeah.
FU money. I got FU money. So that was the
Mhm.
problem with us, the prior generations was we didn't have that. We'd either be working a 9 to 5 or, you know what I mean? Like really trying to make the ends meet. But now that you have these content creators who can make passive income, they can make ranked videos and then just make money for years and years and years. So Hollywood, the people from Hollywood can't come up to them and say, well, take it or leave it, or you'll never work in this town. Even like, bitch, I've been working in this town. I got people who follow me more than they follow you, you know?
Absolutely.
So I
Absolutely.
so I mean shout out, it's the
Yeah.
game, again, it comes
Love
back to
it.
the game. Used to people can't get mad at it, but if you
For a
figured out the
while.
game, Yeah, yeah. Why? If you figure out the game, then you just play. And
Yeah.
that's what we're here to do.
Yeah, well, people can get mad at anything, and people always find something to get mad at, man. But I tell you, I truly love it, truly, truly love it because it's all it's all coming at a time, because they really, truly got it out the mud, right? When all this in technology, and then cell phones, when you can start shooting your content on cell phones, and you didn't need the big cameras. So I mean, they were using what they had, and they made the most of it, and then they evolved from there, and now look where we're at. So I think it's a beautiful thing. I cannot wait to see a lot of the content that they produce. And yeah, Actors Endurance, y'all, we're gonna keep you updated. That's why you follow us and watch us every Monday, every Wednesday, and every Friday. We got Mondays hot topics, Wednesdays, what the hell, Wednesdays, and then Fridays for the fun facts. Come on. So we're giving you all the top Hollywood news, what's going on in entertainment, as well as a little bit of craziness and some good old facts that you probably just didn't know. So that's what we're here for, y'all. We love you, and yeah, you got anything else for the people, or we getting ready to get up out of here?
We out of here. We out of
Hey,
here.
hey, get on Amazon, Actors Endurance everywhere. We'll see y'all Friday.